You know, I'm trying to keep my head up, you guys. I really am. But it just seems like every time I start to make progress, something has to happen. It's like, it's been like a domino effect. Like, I know you guys have heard about, me leaving my job and stuff like that. And honestly, I felt a lot better after that. But then, on the same day, I ended like 3 friendships. And it's because, you know, I realized I don't have any damn friends. I never really did. So that realization hit hard. And I didn't even want to come on stream and be all depressing and shit, but if I sit here quietly, it's not going to get any better. And after I ended those friendships, in the moment I felt a lot better because, who wants to have people in their life that really doesn't give a shit about them? Like, all they wanted to do was either drink or smoke all the time, and I'm not trying to do all that shit all the time. Like, I'm in recovery, and although I would like to have a drink, or although I would like to do what I used to do, I can't because, my channel, you guys, I have a purpose for once. But it's like all these endings, and, these people I've known for years, some from high school, some one in particular was there when I left C-SPAN. That was in one of my story times, To Catch a Predator. I talked about him a little bit, but he, one of my friends that was around and who I thought was trying to be there for me and who I thought was trying to, show support, was really just trying to get something out of me. And that was to get a relationship from me the whole time. And I could tell that that's all that person wanted. It wasn't about my feelings. It wasn't about showing me support. It was about them. And so I stopped and thought to myself, wow, why do I keep attracting people that just are narcissists, basically? They're just narcissists. They always tell you that they're going to change. They always tell you, oh, I'm sorry that I did this, or oh, I'm sorry I hurt you, but then they go and do it again. And when I think back to where it all started, of course it starts with the parents. And anybody that goes in therapy knows that that's where it starts, is the parents. And I hate to even, talk about my parents like that. I don't like to do this shit, but it is what it is. I see all these people with normal families, and, I see all these people with friends and shit, and it's like recently I stopped talking to my mom because it's like, every time I talk to her, I end up getting a headache. Every time I talk to her, I feel like she doesn't give a shit about what I'm talking about. She never gave a shit about how I felt. She was the main one telling me all the time, crying is weakness. And every time I would go to her for support or to try and, vent or whatever, that's somebody I couldn't go to. Like, there were a couple times when I would write that I was suicidal at the age of 4. Dude, that's not normal. And she would be on the phone laughing about it. And like recently, I told her, I finally chose myself. And I told her everything. I had all of these paragraphs written out because she was telling me, like, all I did was ask her, you know, like, how she was feeling during this Saturn retrograde and all the stuff, you know, like I was just curious because she sounded down in her voicemail, and I was just curious, and I kind of told her how I was feeling. It's been up and down and all around. And then she just kind of got defensive about it when she was telling me that she just kept seeing the same number 716. So I told her, well, I've been seeing 911 a lot. I mean, like everywhere I look, it's 911, whether it's in a phone number, in a billboard, in a sign, in a freaking whatever. I end up seeing 911. And so I was trying to tell her that that's the divine trying to talk and communicate with you. And then she got defensive and was like, well, you know, I feel how I feel, and my friend told me about it. And it's like, I remember telling her what those numbers meant a long time ago, and I was just trying to help her. It's not that I know everything, because I remember last time she was like, you think you're an expert on life and all this stuff, and it's not even about that. I'm just trying to share with her, you know, some of the things that I've learned along my journey to maybe help her understand, because I use numbers every day. I'm in communication with the divine every single day. So she got defensive about it. And then she told me, you know, she was like, well, I have my feelings, and, you know, she has her beliefs. And I felt kind of like she was being condescending about it. And I'm just like, okay, that's common sense. Like, I finally just stood up to her and I was like, that's common sense. Like, I was just telling her, look, I don't have anything against what your friend told you. I don't, you know, I'm not trying to knock what she said. And she was like, oh, you don't get what I'm saying. See, this is why I explain. And it was just like her tone was just like I was stupid or something. And so it upset me. And I was just like, okay, like, so I cut her off and I was just like, look, Mom, I understand. That's common sense. And I didn't understand why you even explained that to me about you having your own feelings and everyone. I was just trying to help. And she didn't want to hear it. And so she, like she always does, she hung up on me. And so, of course, I was upset about it. And I told her everything. I literally just like wrote everything out. I told her how I've always felt like, I'm trying not to cry on stream because I don't want this to be depressing for anyone, but I told her, you know, look, you know, I always feel like me and her haven't even talked in over 2 months. If I were to pass away, and I hate to bring this up, but just really think about this for a second. She wouldn't even know, nor would she even be concerned. She's never reached out to me. I've always been the one reaching out to her. I've always been the one trying to help her. She's told me stuff about the dude that she's with, about how he smokes embalming fluid and all this stuff. And, you know, she got into it with me when I was trying to help her through with that. It's like every time, it's like, I try to help her or be there for her, it's always something. And it always turns out to where we get into it, she hangs up and I'm never able to express myself. So I'm just sitting here and I tell her, you know, I feel like an afterthought to you. You know, I always reach out to you every time I try to like share something with you or, you know, just have a simple conversation. You shut me down. And I said, and it's like you were being condescending. Like, I understand that you have your own feelings. I understand all of that. That's common sense. And you wouldn't have felt the need to explain that to me if you didn't feel some type of way about it. So I, you know, I mean, I don't get it. But all I know is ever since I was a child, I've never been happy with you. You've never been a mom to me. I wish I had a normal family like everyone else does. Now, I know there are some people that don't even have that. I think about that all the time. But then I see these people in my life that just talk shit to their parents or, you know, they're staying with their parents over the age of 30, you know, but at least they have somebody that is supportive. Some of them are enablers, and that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a mom that says, hey, I'm proud of you. I even told her, you haven't even looked at my channel. Like, you haven't even tried to at least just like show support or anything. And it it hurts. It sucks. You know, like I feel like I was always trapped in just like this war zone with them, with her and my dad, and them trying to pit me against the other parent and to make me believe that one is worse than the other. And really, both of them are the same. And then everybody's always like, oh, you're so angry. Yeah, I am pissed off. Yeah, I am angry. I'm angry at people that can't see that I'm a good person and that I have a heart. I'm angry at the fact that I have to be in the middle of two people that are incapable of giving the love that other parents have no problem giving. I remember there were times when my mom would tell my boyfriends at the time in the past that I'm incapable of loving people and telling people all these shitty things about me behind my back. Her beating the shit out of me all the fucking time. Like, how, you know, and then I look at all this stuff with my channel and all this stuff and like why I keep attracting the same people. And it's like, why can't I figure it out? Why can't I get past this? Why am I still stuck here? My father doesn't talk to me at all. We live in the same city. He's literally around the corner. He doesn't call. He doesn't text. None of that. So I'm just supposed to go through life and act like everything's okay all the time. Like, then I look at all these other people. Then it starts going from, you know, me looking at my channel, and then I end up comparing myself to people that have a bigger following that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And then it's like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? And then it just goes into a vicious cycle. And it's like, I would love to find someone to talk to, therapist, stuff like that. But it's like, first of all, I'm not even in the position to do that. And, you know, I see her with her mom, you know, I mean, I could go into a whole long explanation as to what happened to her and why she is the way she is. But then it's like, you can't excuse your behavior. You have examples of people that have beaten you down as a child. You should know more than anybody how that feels. And you just step on my feelings every single time. And then I have a little brother that lives with her, and I know he's not happy. He listens to me more than he listens to her, and I love him as if that were my own child, which I know he's not my child. I think about him all the time, and I wish I could be there for him, because I know every time I hear her on the phone, she's always yelling at him. She doesn't want us talking to each other. It's always something. It's like she doesn't want us talking on purpose. And I don't understand it. And then she blamed me. This was not even that long ago. She blamed me for my grandfather's passing. She told me how she really felt, obviously. So I'm just like, wow. And I'm sorry, I can't forgive her for that. She was the reason why I couldn't see him in the hospital. I was on my way to go visit my grandfather when I heard that he had a heart attack. That was the only person in my entire family, on both sides of the family, that was there for me and showed me love. Even when I was being an addict and on drugs and all that stuff, he was there. He was calling, he was checking up on me, something that my parents should have been doing, not my grandparents. And when I was on my way to the hospital, she told me to turn around because other family members didn't want me there. Like, what kind of shit is that? Then they call me as he's passing away and telling me to go up there. She didn't even tell me she was down here. I didn't even find out until the last minute. And I don't think I can forgive her or any of them for that. So I've tried to have a relationship with her. I've tried to give her love. I've tried to explain to her things that I went through as well, that maybe could help her the same way that I do on this channel. That's the point of this entire channel. It's not a popularity contest. It's not about any of that. It's about helping others that are maybe going through similar things alone. And for her to say that to me and to blame me for my grandfather's passing, knowing that that was one of the things that literally killed me. I don't know how I'm supposed to forgive that. I really don't. And sometimes I feel like people can see it inside of me that like I'm just hurting. And I don't know. There are so many things that I want to do, you know, that I've been holding back. I've been holding back a lot. Like there are a couple of ideas that I wanted to put out recently that I've been overthinking and like, oh, well, maybe people won't like it, or maybe people won't watch, or, you know, oh God, I'm losing subscribers or whatever, you know, whatever I see, you know, it's just like, it's always something. And honestly, first of all, I want to say thank you before I even continue. Thank you guys so much for listening to me. Seriously. This means the world to me. Thank you for all of your support. Seriously, like, I really don't know where I'd be without the lot of you, honestly. Like, let's be realistic. I would probably be drinking, doing shit, harming myself, you know, being around the wrong people. But you guys have given me a lot of love, and I really appreciate that. I really do. I love every single one of you. And I'm just trying to break past this right now. And once I left her behind, once I decided to cut her off, of course I was hurt. I don't want to do that. I'm not happy about that at all. Like I wish that I could have a mom, but I don't. I never did. I can't make her be something that she cannot be. And I get that. But I can't keep hurting myself by staying. Every time I talk to her, I end up feeling she wasn't listening. You know, she ends up talking to other people while I'm talking to her, ends up talking about herself the entire conversation, which I don't mind her telling me about her day. That's not the issue. But when it becomes a focal point of the conversation, and then when I start speaking, then, you know, you're paying more attention to other people when you know you're on the phone. You know, I find that to be rude. I don't do that to you. I'm on the phone with you. I'm trying to talk to you. You know, we haven't talked in a couple of months. And then she gets defensive about that. It's just like, I had to choose myself with this job, leaving this job behind where they were making me do everybody else's job and making promises of giving me a promotion. Well, fuck your promotion. Fuck your little bitch ass promotion. What am I going to get, like 20 cents more than what I was getting doing twice or triple the work that I'm already doing? That doesn't sound like a win-win situation. Being with friends that all they want to do is drink, or be in dysfunctional relationships. One of my ex-girlfriends, rather, I dated this girl. We went from girlfriends to girlfriends. And she's with this dude that is no good. Cheats. There's a whole slew of other things that I could get into, but I'm not going to put her business out there, whether we talk or not. All I'm going to say now, though, is I felt the energy every time I went there. All we did was drink. How is that a friendship? We don't even go out to eat. We don't even go out and go to a museum or maybe go on a walk or anything positive. It's just drinking. Or, you know, one of my friends, all he wants to do is smoke all day. All he wants to do is, you know, talk up a good game about all this that he's going to do. It's like, it's always a competition with him ever since I started my channel and all this stuff. Like, it's like it's fine if you want to start your own channel. That's not an issue. Like, but you can get these vibes. Like, if you're an empath like me, you can just tell. There may not be any concrete like proof where you could see it on paper, but it's there. I know that he's been doing that. Every time I would speak of my accomplishments, when I got my job, when I started getting more subscribers on my channel, when I started talking about Twitch, then all of a sudden he wants to do the Twitch thing. Then all of a sudden he wants to do the YouTube thing. I could tell that it wasn't for him. I did these things for me, for the people that watch me. I don't do this to compete with other people. So I had to let that go. Then I found out a slew of information about the Aries I used to be with, Then I had an Aries female friend that just, I found out some things about her. She talked down to me, and she didn't realize that if you talk shit to me, I'm going to hit below the belt, period. That's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to shut you down, because if you think I'm weak, I'm not. And maybe that's not the best thing to do, but I felt like I needed to show her something, because people think that I'm nice and people think that I don't have a dark side. But if you see that side, you will be very surprised. Hell, I surprise myself sometimes. I don't want to do these things, but it's like people make me, like they don't make me. People can't make you do anything, but it's like people push me. It's like they want to see me act out of character. And I don't like it. Then I find out from, my ex-Aries' friends. They're all coming to me. Some of them are wanting to date me, quote unquote, date me. Where did this come from? What? Then these people from the past that I know talk to him, or people that know him. I know that these people are in cahoots, Where were you at when, what's different now? So I can tell there are ulterior motives. And honestly, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of sacrificing myself just so I can have people around me. Because either way, I end up feeling alone. Either way, I end up feeling like how I'm feeling now. Well, now I'm starting to feel a bit better. I feel like I've let something out. I usually don't talk about these things. I just sit silently, because I've never really had anybody I could trust to talk about these things. I've never really had anybody that I felt like could understand. I've never really had it. Usually people come to me to talk about their stuff. But when I need people, I've noticed the people that called themselves my friends, they were never there. I remember when I was about to lose my apartment at one point in time. There were a couple of people that said, "Oh, you want to make some money?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you saw my status. Like, yeah, I need help. Like I'm not in a good spot." And then they proposition, well, do you want to have sex? Okay, really, like, where is your heart? Or they'll try and hold, there's a person that showed money in a picture and texted me, and he was like, "Well, if you were my girl, you wouldn't have to worry about these problems." What the fuck does that have to do with my current situation? So now you're trying to leverage the fact that I'm in a vulnerable position to put you in an advantageous position. So I had to cut everybody off. I had to cut everybody off. People that I thought were there as my friends, they really did have me going there for a brief moment. They really did. They really did. Or maybe they didn't. Maybe I just wanted to believe them. Whatever it is, I finally woke the fuck up, and I was just like, you know what? I can't do this to myself. I can't do this anymore. I'm not happy. I'm tired of doing the same thing day in and day out. I'm tired of talking about the same things day in and day out. I'm tired of the drinking. I'm tired of the high school mentality. I'm tired of dealing with other people's problems. But then when I have problems, nobody's around. I've had a couple people that I was there for when they were suicidal. One in particular, we'll call him T-Rex. Okay? T-Rex hit me up. These are really silly names, but T-Rex hit me up. This person lives right around the corner from me. Like, literally, I could walk to their house. They could walk to mine. T-Rex hit me up and said, "Oh, I don't have anybody to talk to." So basically, I was the last person that he reached out to. But he knew that I would be understanding. He knew I'd be there, because that's the person that I am. I will never change that. But now I realize to do it for the right people. But at the time, I was just like, hey, this person helped me with a place to stay. It's the least I could do to say thank you. And T-Rex hit me up and was like, thank you, KK. T-Rex hit me up and was like, I'm suicidal. And I dropped everything. I was in a great mood that day. I was chilling. I was, at the time I was still having a couple beers. I had a beer, I was like, you know what? I have some beer I'm going to share with them. Didn't really have the money to share the beer with them, but I didn't care. It was just beer. It's not like it's, holy water or anything, it's just beer. So I was just like, F it, whatever, come on over. So T-Rex walks over here, and the whole time while he's talking to me, he's like, he doesn't have anybody, and it kind of made me feel like, well, damn, what the fuck am I doing here? And then he was telling me how he felt, and I realized that we both felt the same way about how we really don't have any friends. And then, he just, I understand depression, but he was just ungrateful for the things that I did for him. And I didn't do that for him to kiss my ass or for him to, give me a gold medal or a cookie or anything. I did it as a friend, and to realize that he didn't appreciate it, even though I've been suicidal before, and if somebody was there for me, I would at least acknowledge it and say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not really good company, I know that I'm not myself, I'm really not myself, but I do appreciate you being here. That would have been the first thing that I would have said. But it was like he was on his phone the whole time, he wasn't really engaging. He was just telling me how he felt. He wasn't really listening to how what I was trying to express to him. And it just felt like I wasted my time. But I still stuck it through. I still talked to T-Rex and was just like, look, dude, I know how you feel. I'm right there with you. It's really tough, blah, blah, blah. And anyway, so he goes home. And then fast forward like a month later, and T-Rex told me that he was going to come by for my birthday or whatever, and he didn't show up, didn't call me or explain anything, didn't even message me on Facebook, didn't even have the common courtesy to tell me what was going on. And then he had the nerve when I told him, I said, look, honestly, I just kind of feel like, I'm not really your friend, like I feel like I don't mean shit to you. I feel like, I'm just here, like I'm here for people's convenience all the time. And he was like, no, you know what? You always make it seem like, I haven't been a friend to you, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, well, if you were a friend, you would try to understand where I'm coming from instead of getting defensive. And then he was like, stop trying to sound better than me. You're not better than me. And I was just like, I'm not trying to be better than you. I'm just telling you how I feel and telling you that you're not being a friend right now because you're being rude. You're being an asshole, like straight up, you are. And I don't care how you feel about it. And I said, so you mean to tell me I don't give a fuck, but when you were suicidal, I was the only person that actually answered you? Really? So shit like that, just, yeah, of course, it makes me angry. Yes, of course. The anger is really sadness. I think that's what people misinterpret with me. And sometimes I have a tendency to sound like a smartass when I talk, but I'm not trying to sound like that. I mean, ever since I was a little girl, people thought I was a snob, but then when they met me, they realized, oh, she's not a snob, or oh, she's not a bitch, she's actually cool. Exactly. If you would just stop judging me and assuming that I'm this way, like some of the people on YouTube have done in the past, maybe I wouldn't have a problem. Maybe I would be a lot happier. But when people try and turn shit around on me, then he had the nerve when I blocked him after that. T-Rex had the nerve to come back and send me this whole message and hit me up on the number that I use on my tarot site. Like, bitch, that's a business number. Why? So because you were blocked on my actual number, you hit me up on my tarot number? Really? Oh, I'm sorry. T-Rex was all like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean any of those things, and and then the same person recently came back and was like, how would you feel about dating someone like me? What? Why now? You talked shit about me in the past and made it seem like I never gave a shit. And through your money that you gave me in your face, which it was only $100. I mean, I've had people give me way more than that. But let's be realistic. Friendship's not about money. And I said, and I have no problem paying it back. That's not the issue. You just knew I didn't have any way to do these things. You knew my situation. You're going to throw that in my face and make it seem like you're a good friend because of money? No, good friends don't give out money. Good friends, I don't give a shit if you help me with money or not. Good friends are there for actual support. hey, oh wow, you're starting a YouTube channel. You may not agree with what I do, but at least fucking put a like on a video, do something. Or at least be like, hey, I saw your stuff. You know, that's cool. I mean, you don't have to be up my behind all the time, but damn, like, you can't even show like a little bit, and it goes back to my parents. They don't. I'm telling you, I could be like gone right now. They wouldn't even know, and it wouldn't even make a difference to them. I can tell. I can tell by the behavior. This is not an exaggeration. This is not me trying to get sympathy from people. This is really what I've been dealing with. It's difficult, especially when they're your parents. How are you supposed to sever that when they are the ones who created you? I don't get it. She knows, my mom even knows how her mom is with her. My dad knows how both his parents are. His dad wasn't in his life. His mom had a whole bunch of kids by different men, you know, so it's like they both have mommy and daddy issues. You know, my grandfather was my mom's, it was on my mom's side. So that was her dad. She didn't know him until she was 16. So I think that because me and him were close, I don't think she's ever really liked that. So I honestly, I don't even like things being this way. I don't like things being this way. And I noticed that when I want to do videos, like for example, there was something that I wanted to do with this controversial video that came up. I mean, you know, with Childish Gambino, I decoded it. And I wanted to make it into a video. And I know that that's not tarot related, but I felt like it was something that everyone can discuss. Everyone can really start to see the different things that are portrayed in that video. I'm telling you guys, I have all the notes written out. I even have a book over here that goes with the video. I'm telling you that I've read cover to cover. Like, ideas with, like, for example, I've been playing games. Like I've been wanting to do a gaming channel on Twitch, which I'm trying to get that off the ground, but it's like all these doubts in my head because I never really ever felt good enough. I never did, not with my parents. And that's where it all started. So all these relationships, I'm talking about friendships, you know, exes, all this stuff, C-SPAN, T-Rex, all these people. I mean, that's where it started. Was with my parents, and it's been unresolved. And I never was given the chance to express it to them because they get defensive or they shut me down, or, you know, I'm the parent, or, you know, I brought you here, I'm going to take you out, or whatever, you know? And it's just like, damn, can you ever just take your head out of your fucking ass to listen to someone else besides you without thinking about age, without thinking about the fact that they're your kid, and just have a normal conversation without shutting people out? That's what intelligent people would do. Not to, you know, I am trying to be a smart ass now. I am. But at the same time, I'm trying to make a point because it's very frustrating. It is. It's very, very frustrating for me because all I ever wanted, and it's very simple, all I ever wanted was love. That is it. How hard is that? It's not hard. I don't get it. And then we have all these people in the world that just only give a fuck about fucking likes. Some of these people on YouTube, okay? Like, I never say names because I want people to use their own discernment, but I know the people that talk out of their fucking ass. And it pisses me off that all these people flock to these people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But then here I am, and I've studied my craft, and I put a lot of hard work into these videos, and I'm trying to take it one step further and get my editing stronger and trying to do different things with my channel. I don't want to be so one-dimensional, but it's like, fuck, it's like, it's hard when it's a popularity contest every day and people don't like hearing the real. Well, I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to be in a rat race in this YouTube thing because that's how it felt in corporate, you know, in corporate America or whatever, you know, different jobs that you have where you get taxes out of your money, you know, like this is just going on a big whole rant, you guys, but it's just everything that's weighing on me right now. I needed to let it out. I really did. And The biggest issue with all these endings was with my mother, because that's where it all started. And then it brought me back to a place I didn't want to be in. And here we are with all these unresolved issues within myself, you know, and me kind of holding myself back because I'm afraid that people won't watch what I put out, or I'm afraid that, you know, it won't be as good as all these other people with a huge following or a bigger following than me, or whatever, you know, just all these stupid thoughts that I really shouldn't be thinking. And, you know, it leaves me paralyzed, like damn near like paralyzed, stunted. And I don't want to be like that anymore. I really don't. And I know I can't change anybody. I know that, you know, I'm only one person. I'm only one person, but I've noticed little signs, for example, like dragonflies. The first sign, because I've done a little bit of work, and I don't want to speak on it too much or be specific as to what I did, but it was to promote healing. And the first sign that I got when I completed it was a red dragonfly. And every time I see something like that, I get this feeling like, maybe I should look into that, because I've never seen a red dragonfly. Like, I've seen a dragonfly, but not red. So I was just like, okay, maybe this is a sign. And then I saw a yellow and black butterfly, and then a yellow butterfly. And then there was this dragonfly that sat next to me as I was like crying outside, because I frequently go outside now. Ever since I started doing the readings outside, I realized that it helps to recharge me a lot quicker, rather than me getting drained after every single reading. So it kind of keeps me afloat. But it's like I'll go outside and sit in the sun and just be away from my phone, be away from the TV for a second, because the laptop, like I don't want to be in a technology loop, because sometimes that can get you sucked in. And so I just kind of unplug for a minute, and I sit outside and I see these different signs. And I've been seeing these same blue jays that come around. I've been seeing a red dragonfly, a black, yellow, and black butterfly. So 3 butterflies. And then a dragonfly in particular that I think was green or blue or something like that, that sat next to me as I was crying. And I kept looking at it because I felt like it was watching me. That may sound crazy, but I felt like it was watching me. And it was trying to tell me it was okay, you know, everything was going to be okay. And I was like, why am I thinking this? Let me look this up. Like, let me confirm what it is that I'm feeling, because, you know, this is a little intense. And so I looked up the red dragonfly, and that talks about coming into your power. Red being about the root chakra, and how that's all about your resources, stability, your money, everything, your home, everything. That was supposed to be a good omen for that, good luck. A black butterfly is to represent loss and death, which of course, again, we've already discussed all the losses, so that's very fitting. Also, black butterflies can also indicate that bad times are coming to an end. And when I looked at them, I'm just like, well, fuck, when? Can it be today? Because I'm tired, you know, like I'm exhausted, like. And so then I looked up the yellow butterfly, and that's all about happiness coming into your life, positivity, success, prosperity, different things like that. And I'm just like, well, I don't really see how that's gonna, you know, I'm just like, all these reasons as to why, you know, all these things are, you know, impossible or improbable in my mind. But, you know, I mean, I keep seeing the signs, and it's been about 5 days straight that I've seen these same signs. You know, the divine uses numbers, animals, you know, winged creatures, especially cats. I've been noticing a lot of cats in my neighborhood that we take care of. There were 5 kittens that were born in my plant pot. For some reason, she was chilling in the plant pot, and she had all 5 of her babies, and there was one that was black and white. And the way she was picking it up looked like she was trying to hurt it. So, of course, they tell you not to touch their babies, but I had to do it because I was just like, I was getting scared, and the baby was meowing louder and louder like it was hurting. So I picked it up, and she was like sniffing around like she was freaking out. And I was like, okay, well, I feel bad because this is its actual mom, and I don't have any milk for it. So, damn, okay, well, I'm going to give it back, But then I tried to show her how to do it, but I'm just like, well, fuck, I can't. I'm not supposed to do that. She's supposed to learn it on her own, but I was scared, and so anyways, they kind of disappeared for a little while. She kind of took them all somewhere else, and then they grew up, and now they follow me everywhere. And the black and white one in particular, it seems like the mother didn't really take to that one, and I automatically resonated with that kitten. It was kind of small too, but it was just doing its own thing and chilling, and it wasn't sad at all. And I thought it was really cute, and I thought it was really sweet. And I just, I felt like I needed to give it more love because I kept seeing, and I needed to protect that baby because I felt like it was me. I know this probably sounds weird, but similar, there's similarities there. And so now these babies follow me everywhere. The mom follows me everywhere. I literally have so she had like 5 babies, 4 striped ones that look like her, and then 1 black and white one. That was like basically the black sheep, literally. And then it's her. So that's 6. And then I have 2 more that follow me. That's one more that's bigger. He's a boy. I call him Tuxedo Mask. For those of you that have seen Sailor Moon, that's where I got the name from, Tuxedo Mask. But also his fur looks like a tuxedo as well. So Tuxedo Mask. And so he's a big boy, and he's been following me around for a long time. He's really weird too because he's not like any other cats. He likes to be rubbed on the belly. What? Like he'll purposefully lay down. Like he'll rub him on his back, and then he'll like slam himself on the ground. I'm like, ooh, that sounds like that hurts. But then he'll show the belly. So I'm like, okay, you're like a dog. Who taught you this? And then I start rubbing his belly, and he loves it. So he's a little weirdo, but yeah, I've been noticing them following me too. And I haven't really made sense of that, but for some reason it's like animals and everything take to me well, but people just seem to not like me for some reason. They think I sound like I remember one person commented on my live video where I was saying, why do my reading sound so angry? And she was like, well, because someone said something like you're losing your rating, which no, I'm not. And then she was like, you sound like a disappointed principal. What? A disappointed principal? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it annoyed me, but what? Maybe you should listen to yourself. Lady, I listen to myself all the time. I edit my own videos. I have to sit and matter of fact, when I go back and watch my videos, I do see how I can sound like, I'm I'm talking about sad things, but just like, I'm just laying it all out. And I think it's funny because I know that I don't mean any harm. I know that I don't mean any harm. I know that I'm just trying to help, but the way I say it, it's just like, it sounds like I'm talking shit, but I'm really not, or maybe I'll say it sarcastically without meaning to. And so I literally, I'm telling you, y'all should see my editing process. I literally laugh at myself because I feel like I'm starting to find more love and appreciation with who I am and how I am. I don't see anything wrong with that. But it's like people get so angry, and it's like, I remember there was this one person, there was a couple people on here. I forget their screen name because I blocked them a long time ago, but it was like, they would spam me and other tarot readers and no, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just trying to be positive. I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying? Look, you came to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm going out to people saying, you need to listen to this or whatever. And it's not like I'm being an asshole. Like, I give advice in my reading. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't know what's happening with the world, you guys. It's very confusing to me because I don't see it. I don't see it. And I think the reason why I don't see it is because I know who I am. I know that I'm not trying to hurt anybody with what I say or how I say it. You'll know if I'm upset. Trust me. The whole world would know. Okay? Because I don't like when I get angry, because when I do, it hurts people. And I don't mean physically, I mean emotionally and with words. I have a way of really shutting somebody down. Somebody that thinks they can't be shut down. Okay, I could definitely show that. I don't like to show that side, but I do have it in me. So I can tell the difference when I look at my videos versus when I'm actually shutting people down. There's a big difference, you know? So anyways, but this has gone on quite some time. You know, I don't see what can you see that? See what about me? Major astrological events happening. That's why. Well, I'm very aware of that, Sarah Jane. I mean, I understand. I do feel like I'm healing, but there are some things that I haven't been able to express currently. You know, I've kind of been alone, you know, just kind of almost wallowing, you know, and I don't want to do that anymore. You know, I want this channel to thrive, you know, like I want to reach the masses and be able to help them in their journey of healing, you know. And I guess sometimes I do get intimidated. I see some of these readers out here that are just egotistical. You could tell they're very egomaniacal. And yet people are just eating the shit up. But then when it comes to me, it's like I get certain comments or whatever. And it's like the comments are definitely not, I shouldn't even be paying attention to them because there are only a few of them. Honestly, like there really aren't a lot of negative comments that I get. And I don't know why I focus on that so much sometimes. I mean, maybe it's the Virgo part of me that, you know, the Virgo rising that wants everything to be perfect and, you know, whatever. I don't know what it is, but, you know. This is me, guys. This is what I go through. If y'all were wondering who the person is or who the woman is behind the tarot, this is who it is. Okay. Yeah, hermit mode is definitely an understatement. Like, I literally will not go out. I didn't even want to go to the fucking grocery store. Like, I literally pushed it back as far as I could. Like, I didn't want to be standing in line. I didn't want to be going to the store just to stand in line, to stand in another line, to stand in another line, to be dealing with people that I really don't feel like being around, because people always end up having fucking attitudes, and really I'll end up wanting to slap a bitch, and I just don't want to end up feeling like that, because I like to be happy and I like to laugh, you know. And then I don't want to be outside, and then it's like I know there's something coming. You know, I'll you know, more than likely I'll get started on this video that I was talking about on this This Is America song. I think that you guys will definitely get a kick out of it. I'm also curious as to see what you guys are thinking. Don't say anything here in the chat about what you think of it, because I want that to be specifically for the video. So instead of like thinking of reasons why I shouldn't put the video out, I'm gonna go ahead and put some work into it. You know, but you know, I know something's coming, and I know there's a lot of people that aren't, they're not looking. They just want to be told everything that's good in the world. But see, that's the fucking problem. That's the problem. That's not realistic. Everything good all the time, that's not even how life works. It's not sunny every day. There's rain sometimes. And then you start to appreciate the sun. There's pain in the world. There are people getting maimed right now. And people are trying to tell me on my channel, oh, you're so negative. What? Are you? Okay, go watch the news. And then come back and tell me if I'm the one being negative. Go watch the shit online where people are being racist and being fucking misogynistic and fucking all this other disgusting shit, and then come talk to me. Let's talk about the elites being the way that they are and doing the things that they're doing, and then come back and tell me that I'm negative. Are you serious? Everybody is not in reality right now, and it pisses me off because that's going to be the downfall of this entire freaking world, dude. Everybody just wants everything to be all good all the time. I was thinking about doing a tarot parody, making fun of those people. Okay, so you got the Ten of Swords. Oh, but it's all good. You got stabbed in the back and you're bleeding a little bit, but it's all good. Everything is all good because that's what people want. That's what everybody wants. They want me to just lie. That's not going to help anybody. That's not going to help us as a whole. Y'all want me to do the tarot parody? Okay. That's cool. It's nice to know that y'all would watch that. Okay. All right. Maybe I am a bit too hard on myself. I don't know, but you know, there are a lot of ideas I do have, you guys, that I want to implement, but you know. But it's all good. But yeah. I don't know what you guys are talking about, Sarah, but I hope that's not a veiled comment. That's what I was saying. I'd be looking at people's cards and they'd be lying. I'm telling you, right? I watch people on purpose just to see what cards they pull and then to see what they say. And that's how I know they're full of shit. And I just end up clicking off the video. But then, you know, everybody's like, oh my God, it's just, I needed to hear that. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You needed to be coddled. You needed to be mommied. You needed to be burped. That's what that is. You're getting babied. That's very condescending. We're adults, not babies. That's what you do to children. Oh, it's okay, little Jimmy or little Tom. Little John, it's fine. Everything's good. Oh, you scraped your knee? Oh, it'll be okay. Let me kiss it, make it. No, nigga, that's not how it works. And I don't like to say that word, but it slipped out because you know what? I'm sick of it. I never say that on stream, but it slipped out. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. I'm sick and tired of the bullshit, okay? I'm sorry I slipped up, you guys. I slipped up. Excuse me. Oops. Oh no. You guys saw past the mask. Oh my God. But you know, I don't know. Candace said, keep it real. Shit. What sign are you? Let's play the guessing game. Do you want to guess what my sign is? Because a lot of people can't guess it. Because I'm a weird one, trust me. Scorpio reading was on point. Yeah, for sure. Aries, no. A lot of people think that I'm a fire sign, no. I mean, I have Aries in, no, it's not my midhaven. Shit, where do I have Aries? I think I have Aries in like the 7th house, but that's about it. You're a Pisces. I have a Pisces moon, so you're very close. Taurus, no. Cancer, no. Pisces moon. Gemini, I have Gemini and midhaven. Cap, yep, I'm a Capricorn sun, Pisces moon, Virgo rising. And then I have Sagittarius Venus, so that could be where that fire's coming from. Sagittarius Venus, and then I have Gemini and midhaven. And then I have Capricorn again in Mercury. I thought I was Gemini and Mercury, but I guess not. I think it's just midhaven. I thought you were fire sign too. No. I'm cool, man. I'm like a chameleon. I can be just about anything, you know, but I usually don't chill with a lot of Capricorns because some of the ones that I've met have been dysfunctional. No shade to any Capricorns in this room. I'm just talking about the ones that I've come across. And, you know, they weren't really woke. Like, they were just kind of like, girl, no. But I don't know. I've always felt like I was different from everybody, even different from other Capricorns. Like, I can't, like, even though I'm a Capricorn, I'm really not, if that makes sense. And it could be just because that Pisces moon, I think that Sag Venus really does come out in me for real, because there's people seem to notice that a lot more than my earthy, watery type of energy, which is cool. Actually, I have every zodiac sign in my entire chart, which is very interesting to me. Like, I could show y'all screenshots, girl. Like, every zodiac sign is in my chart. So that's probably why people can't pinpoint what sign I am. Only Capricorns understand Capricorn. I have some Caps in my life that are just like me. Okay. Yeah. I feel it. Yep, I told you I have 4 stelliums. Did I say that right? I'm an Aries sun, Cap, Moon, and Libra. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Thank you, Tanisha. She said my energy is amazing. It's amazing. I thought you, wait, hold on. Wait, Tammy said, girl. Yes, it does make sense. Oh, I think I'm a little late. I'm a little late on the comments, y'all. Dark Moon, Lilith in the 5th. I wanted to guess fire initially. That Sag is strong with you. Yeah. I don't know why that is, though, because it's in Venus. Because I thought that was more like love. Well, I guess it's not just love. It could be relationships, shit, and something else. But yeah, y'all, I don't know. You know, like I said, I know I've been on here for about an hour. You guys are the real MVPs, for real. Y'all have stayed with me this entire time. You guys are awesome, seriously. And I actually feel like I can move forward with these new ideas and, you know, to keep going with this channel, because I've kind of been a little discouraged, you know. I keep looking outward, you know, seeing other people and where they're at, but it's not about other people and where they're at. It's about you guys. It's about, you know, what I'm trying to do here with you guys. That's what matters. And, you know, all this other stuff that I'm thinking about is not helping. It's not, like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, and I see the power in venting. I haven't really been doing a lot of writing because I've been stuck and just feeling all lonely and just, you know, all this other stuff. But I don't want to be a downer anymore. And I really do appreciate you guys giving me that love. I really do. I will always appreciate that. And, you know, just stay tuned for some of the new stuff that I have. You know, I have a lot of ideas, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Because I'm definitely a goofball. I don't like to be serious all the time, so I kind of wanted to do some parodies. But anyways, thanks for doing the work, girl. This took courage. I'm excited to see what's coming. Thank you so much, KK. Much love. I'm moving. It's sad that we all feel alone till we get in these forums. I wish I could find my tribe. Well, I guess you already found your tribe because I'm here, girl. Okay? I'm here, girl. I love you, girl. Sending positive vibes. Thank you. I will watch every video you come with. Love everything you have done. You have some amazing, funny ideas. Thank you. Encourage yourself, girl. You got this. Aw. Yes, ma'am. Yes, parodies. Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll put some work into that. We'll put some work. Okay. That'll be a new challenge for me, because it'll be like, I don't know, kind of like, it'll be new. It'll be something new, something I've never tried before. So I definitely am down for that. I love your videos. Happy I got to catch a live video with you, even if I missed most of it. It's okay, Spiritual Bliss. I'm glad you made it too. Hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Sending high vibes to you. Thank you. Love you right back. You better, girl. You better love me. Similar minds and hearts. Yes, ma'am. Mwah. Once again, you guys, love you all. And I will definitely be seeing you soon. Peace and love, you guys.